Present.
Jen,
Here.
Mary, present, Yvette,
Here.
Bob.
Here. Any citizen input? Any citizens wishing to address the council? Moving on to the consent agenda. Be seeking a motion to approve the consent agenda to include the minutes of the May 21st, 2026 town council meeting. Claims totaling $1,127,822.48.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented, which includes the minutes of the May 21st, 2026 town council meeting. Claims totaling $1,127,822.48.
I'll second that.
Motion and second, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mary,
Aye.
Jenna,
Aye.
Mary, aye, Yvette,
Aye.
Bob.
Aye. Announcements. All town offices will be closed on Friday, July 3rd in observance of the 4th of July holiday. Town reports, we will start with Ward 2, Councilwoman Tim.
I'm surprised you're not kicking it off, Ward 1, but I know you'll jump in.
I have nothing to report.
I am very surprised about that. Well, hello, Dyer. We're only a few days from summer, yes, hopefully with less rain, but our award-winning two-stage ditch did its job with flying colors. I believe it's the first time, Brian, that it reached into the second stage. Like that?
It's been up there, but not as high. This is the highest. It's been.
Incredible. Very impressive, very impressive. If you had a chance, we had a lot of people stopping up there just to see how it worked. South of Lincoln Highway, we begin getting new striping on the streets. Thank you, Jeff. Looks great, improved safety, very nice at the park. Hopefully, catch and release for our residents will be allowed in Pheasant Hills after today's meeting. The BZA met and gave a positive report in planning, nope. The BZA gave a positive recommendation to the Planning Commission on a beautiful building project that's on Andrew Drive. And the Historical Volunteer Committee is planning to host a luncheon for the Highland Model A Club as they travel Old Lincoln Highway in Model A vehicles from Valparaiso to Dyer on August 22nd. So you might want to, if you like old cars, you might like that. And the Historical Preservation Commission is finalizing signs for the historic districts and preparing for National Night Out on August 4th. So mark your calendars. It's always a spectacular event. Speaking of spectacular, even though President Starkey didn't say it, if you attended the 2 days our Summerfest was open, the experience at the new Parkside Pavilion was spectacular. We showcased many bands, and Carlos, thank you for your wonderful patriotic music that you played for us to kick it off. It was wonderful. But mark your calendars, as I said earlier, for July 17th. It's a makeup day to enjoy bands and a fantastic fireworks display to celebrate America's 250th. I'd also like to wish all of our fathers blessed Father's Day this Sunday. I hope you know how valuable you are to your family and to this community. Finally, I'd like to say happy 43rd anniversary to my amazing husband today. Don, I love you. I don't want to cry, but I might. 43 years ago, we got married in a church and left on motorcycles. It was a crazy wedding. We had a wonderful time. And may God bless our continued journey together. You are amazing. Thank you for all your support. I hope we continue to make memories together. Well, thank you, Dyer, for listening. We'll see you all around.
Thank you. Ward 3, Councilwoman Ogrzewicz.
A lot of great things happening around town. We're the fifth, for the 5th year in a row, we're the best place to live in the region. June 1st, Annette Ludwig, Councilwoman Ludwig, and I toured the Public Works facility and saw the various operation projects around town. Just got to see all the great work our employees are doing and appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next up, Ward 4, Councilwoman Tanis.
First thing I want to say is that, you know, we often don't look for many of the high school kids to give us some help. A lot of the kids need hours for honor society. And when I asked a couple of people, my next door neighbor actually volunteered, enjoyed herself so much. She worked at the event that took care of the students, the people for the autistic. Thoroughly enjoyed it. She got the word out now to other people to come out and volunteer. So hopefully if we have any need for them in the park department or police department or whatever, There's a whole group of people out at Lake Central that would love to do that. Second of all, you have in your packet, you have a travel request for me for the Redevelopment Association of Indiana to go to their, go to their summer event, and that's going to be in Fort Wayne. So I have in there, not to exceed, but, I will pay for everything except for the hotel, and I'm just asking for the money from the town council to pay for the hotel. So I need a motion to approve that, please.
Do we do a motion?
You can
Is that how
now.
we do it? I
Yes.
know it's a new ordinance, so I know they have. to do
What's-
it.
Yeah, you need a motion in a second.
Okay, well, I didn't know if the president had to do it or Mary could call for that motion.
Well, any one of you can make a motion.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'll make a motion to approve, not to exceed the price of her hotel. Mary Tanis always brings back a ton of things for the town to work with and shares what she learns.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
And when was this for?
It's in the packet.
Redevelopment Association, I belonged to that for about 10 years. In fact, I served for the president and the vice president for that. But it's always a great meeting where people can get together from all over the state to talk about their redevelopment projects. And it's just a learning opportunity. The next event will take place at the AIM Summit. And obviously Redevelopment Association of Indiana is part of AIM. So it's always good for all of us to understand how other people fund things. And there aren't always success stories. You know, we shared with each other the good things and also the things that we could do better after this. So it's always an interesting meeting to attend.
So I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that to exceed the $210 just for the hotel.
Was that the original motion?
Yeah, that
Okay,
was
so
just
we
the
don't,
hotel.
we don't need to make any.
Okay.
Motion second. Any discussion?
I would like to say thank you, Mary. You always bring back so many ideas and things that are creative that we can apply or tweak to make things better for Dyer. Thank you.
Yes,
Did you attend this event last year?
I attend them all every year. They have several every year. We have one in the spring, we have one in the summer, we have one in the fall as well. It's Redevelopment Association of Indiana, but it includes all of Indiana. Definitely a worthwhile group to belong to because you're sharing your good things that happen, also the things that don't work out so well, but you learn from each other. So I think that that's really important. And they also have lunch and learn. They have a lot of sessions for people that are on redevelopment to help you understand and do a better job for your municipality.
Might be something that you'd be interested in next year or so.
Roll call, please.
Mary,
Aye.
Jen,
No.
Mary,
Aye.
Annette,
Aye.
Bob,
No. Next up,
Thank you.
Councilwoman Ludwig.
I also would like to thank Jeff and Brian for their time that they took out to take both Jenna and I around. Very impressed. I've never been to the water. Every time you had the open house, I always had something I had to do, but very impressed with both. And thank you, Brian, for taking us around. Sorry, I had a hard time getting in their truck, but. Yeah. Also to the town staff, thank you for all your hard work. I mean, that Summerfest, it was 2 days, but just seeing all of you guys trying to get the park in order, trying to get the people in, working with all the water that was in there. Thank you. I mean, it was tough. Heard such good, great vibes from everyone about, when's the next one? When's the next concert? When's the next event? So they're all looking forward to it. But other than that, oh, and to our chief, congrats again to your 5 years. Great job. Also to Chief Alcott, thanks for all your work and with the park. Everybody, everyone that I talked to did like to see the police all around walking around, the fire department walking around, so. Heard some good things about that. After that, that's really all I have for now, but. Anxious to see the next one.
You. Next up, clerk treasurer.
Yes, we have some donations. We have for the fire department, $200. We also have for the police chief at his discretion, $200, and then for K9, we have 1541.40. If someone make a motion to accept those.
Do I have a motion to accept the donations as presented?
I'll make a motion to accept the donations as presented.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Mary,
Aye.
Jenna, Mary,
Hi,
Annette,
Aye.
Bob.
Aye.
And then the fest, everybody did a great job from all the staff that volunteered in every department. It was wonderful. And then 17th will be great too.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have the other bands lined up yet? Because people have been calling. No, okay.
No, not yet. We were gonna work down the list of the ones who we had to cancel on Friday and Sunday. Find their availability. Again, we're a month out, so Friday night's a pretty big night. So we'll start with that and then we'll pan out and see what we can get.
Sounds good.
It's gonna be a big night.
It will be.
Big.
Next up, town manager.
Yes, so we conducted board member ethics training in accordance with your new policy. There are only 7 members that were unable to make it that night, so we will hold another evening for that sometime in the near future. Excuse me. On July 1st, we do switch healthcare providers. We have been working diligently behind the scenes, fielding calls from employees and making sure everything goes smooth in the transaction. We're very excited to be on board with the new group through AIM Trust. That's all I have.
Town attorney.
Okay, couple things. First, just an update on the closings. The 502 main closing had to be postponed due to a glitch in the title. I anticipate closing on that and the Calumet Avenue property in the next week, or hopefully, or two. Also, as you know, July 1st is coming and we have new laws going into effect. I just wanted to do a quick legislative rundown. It was actually not a bad session, both in terms of volume and content. These are the statutes that will most notably affect our town. There are others like governing pensions and things. I won't go into those. House Enrolled Act 1001 limits the ability of a municipality to increase fees for building permits or registration. And it imposes data gathering and reporting requirements. I suspect there may be further legislative action down the road once they get their info. HEA 1210 delays implementation of the local income tax or LIT until 2029 and sets up municipal unit task force called MUSTS to investigate the impacts of the LIT and report it to the legislature. We will have to participate in the Lake County MUST. It also modernizes notice procedures. It allows publication of notices on website instead of in a newspaper. Requires posting of municipal advisor contracts and prohibits municipalities from restricting single-family rental homes. This was an interesting one. HEA 1267 requires SBOA to follow professional accounting standards. So they have not been required to do that up till now. 1360, HEA 1360 allows municipalities to maintain an electronic portal for electronic submission of public record requests. If you want to look into that. HEA 1406 removes the tax exemption for nonprofit hospitals if the property is not used for tax exempt purposes for 10 years. So if there's any hospital-owned property in town that isn't being used for a hospital and it's been in place for 10 years, it's now subject to property tax. Senate Enrolled Act 176 limits local zoning restrictions on shooting ranges. It can't constitute a non-conforming use or form a basis for denial. HEA 1155 allows local police to enforce traffic laws on private roads and limits subdivisions that can have private roads. There has to be a minimum of 1,500 lots. I'm not sure if Briar Ridge would qualify for that, but it may affect that neighborhood. Senate Enrolled Act 6 requires no published and mailed notice if a municipality plans on extending its services outside of the municipal boundaries. And then I thought this was interesting. HEA 1042 allows the public retirement fund to invest in crypto. Those are the highlights. There are, of course, others, but I thought those are the ones I should bring to your attention. That concludes my report.
Thank you.
To a bill for the HSA, the change for how much you could contribute towards the employees HSA, something changed. I don't know, but it passed at the House, so if you could look into that, I'd appreciate it.
I'll look into it for you. Sure.
Moving on to department heads, we'll start with Public Works.
So I'll start off with the crosswalk signalization on 81st Avenue and Park Street. The western portion, which goes from north to south, has been completed. The part that goes across Park Street is still incomplete, but it will be complete within the next 7-10 days. They're looking to get some more additional parts that they expect to that they needed to have to complete that job. The water main replacement on Hart Street near Deer Trail Lane. We have a date for that to start on July 20th, and it should take about a week to complete. During that time, unfortunately, Hart Street will be closed for that portion, but traffic will be routed around 77th to Patterson and to north or south, depending on which direction. And also at 81st Avenue up to Patterson and going around. So again, we will have plenty of notification on social media and signs out there as well to make sure everybody's on the same page. Personnel, we've been addressing, the rain for the last 10 days. So again, just to give everyone an idea of how much rain we've accumulated. We've had 12 inches since June 5th. So again, I'm looking at older data, but I honestly cannot remember a time where we've had this much rain in a short period of time. We've had rain where, we'll get 5 or 6 inches in one single day, but then it stops. But to have this amount of rain in a, short period is very rare. So, but we've been dealing with it on the wastewater plants out on the streets. So again, want just tell my guys, basically that they've been doing a great job, and just really appreciate all their hard work. But that's it for now. So any questions?
Question, how many days did you say Hart Street was gonna be?
It'll be no more than 5 days. So again, we're gonna start on Monday.
It'll be totally closed.
But it will be totally closed during that time, yes.
And July 20th was the day.
That is the day that we're starting. Yeah, right now it's July 20th.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next up, Parks.
So all our capital projects, the last item was restoration. Due to the immense amount of rainfall that Jeff mentioned, I expect that we'll be able to close out on these in July. I haven't had a chance to go and look at them as of yet, though. Our summer camp began this week, and that will continue through July. That's back here at Elmer Miller Park. And then our summer concert series, we obviously had to cancel our first date because of the weather. But our next dates are June 30th. We have the Hicks Duo and the Unstoppables playing. July 14th, we have Sarah Marie Archer and Little Giant playing. And then July 28th, we have Andrew Scott Denlinger and Nate Venturelli playing. Our next Popcorn in the Park will be held on June 30th. That's at Conwood Park from 12 to 1 p.m. We have our bike parade that's going to be held on July 1st at Pheasant Hills Park. The parade will begin at 6:30. We're going to see Footloose the musical. at the Memorial Opera House in Valparaiso. That's scheduled for July 26th, and we do still have tickets available for that. Then volunteer committees, Dyer and Blue met on June 2nd. The group discussed some ongoing projects and also discussed the annual curb appeal award, which judging will begin here in the next couple weeks. And then Summerfest, the committee met weekly up to the start of the event, and the days where we could have attendees, I thought it went very, very well. And that's all I have to report.
Justin, I have a question.
Yeah.
Are the summer concert series that's only in Central Park?
Correct.
Are you planning on having any in any of the other parks?
Not at this time, no.
And how's the attendance for summer camp? Pretty good this year?
Well, we limited the numbers to only 60, but we sold out pretty quickly.
Right away? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get in here once. There was a line for parents picking up kids. The splash pad was a hit on those hot days.
Yeah, so last year we had upwards of 100 and 110, and then it got kind of chaotic, drop off and pick up. Fire chief yelled at me a couple times for blocking ambulance bays.
Only for safety concerns, I'm sure.
No. But so we reduced. So we reduced the numbers for a couple of different reasons, but it's turned out better. Obviously, the intention is once the event center and all that construction is finalized, we would shift it over to Central Park. And we could have a little more control over the site, and then we would be able to increase that back up so we can provide that service to parents of all ages, or with kids of all ages instead of just 60.
Thank you.
Justin, I have a question. Are there two sessions for a summer park program? Is one in Elmore Miller and the other one at Northgate? Or just one here at Elmore Miller?
Are you talking about the summer camp?
Yeah,
No, it's just here at Elmer Miller.
okay.
Justin, question, the special needs day, do we have a count or?
So we did a little less than last year. It was around 77 attendees. I don't know if, honestly, part of that is my fault. We didn't get it advertised as soon as I wanted to. We had a lot of moving parts this year. So, but
To me, it seemed like we were over 100.
yeah.
There were quite a few.
And it could have been because last year, the way we counted it was every wristband purchase. So it could have been like families with, for lack of a better word, with non-special needs siblings where we let them come
Right.
along, even if they weren't the companion, they just purchased another wristband. So it could have been that. And we had a lot of competition for various events around Lake County that weekend, this past weekend as well. So that could have played a part in it.
Yeah, I did work the tickets, and there were a lot of families that had either the mother or the father that would go with the child. But they wanted to pay.
Yeah.
So maybe that might be something, they were offering to pay to go on and they were free. Whoever went on with the child. Is that how we do it?
Yeah, so you get, with the wristband, you get one free companion.
Okay,
And then if say that you have a special needs child that the parent needs to go because of the age, let's say.
correct.
But the sibling wants to come, they can go as well. They'd have to purchase another wristband.
Okay. Yeah, also there was like maybe even a clicker. I mean, how do we go by knowing how many?
So we track the number of wristbands sold.
I see, okay. Got it, thanks.
Yep.
Director of Operations.
We had 424 calls for service for code enforcement. We had 2 new businesses in May, the City of Great Discovery Children's Museum. I'm still trying to get you information. I've stopped by there 3 times and no one's been in there. They're still doing the build out. But I will get you some Indiana Suites, which if you don't get a chance, go by there. The building's beautiful. The inside looks really good. It's at the old Bookies there at 1468 Joliet. I asked him about that and he wasn't sure. So he said he'd get a hold of me if they're gonna have one. I told him we like to have them and we'd like to have one for him. So he's supposed to let me know.
Great.
And then Rosati's Pizza, we went to the grand opening, but they moved locations and they're in the Sand Ridge Plaza now. Real nice location in there. The BZA, we held its meeting on the first of the month. We had a resident come in looking for some variances for Andrew Drive so he could build a home. And they also cleaned up some variances for a home that was already built. That same people also came to the planning commission this month to plat the 2-lot subdivision so they could build a home on one. So everything was approved and they're ready to be able to build their home. And then the Stormwater Board, we held our meeting on the 3rd of the month. The Sandy Ridge Detention Project has been started by Dyer Construction. And then our meeting for July will be moved to the 15th from the 1st. And then I just wanted, I've been talking with Thomas all week, every day with the storms. And there's a rain gauge at 213th, and this is the information I got from Thomas. Since June 8th, Dyer had received 12.3 inches of rain. That is about a third of the annual rainfall that Dyer typically receives. So in a 10-day period, we got the rain, a third of the rain that we get in a year. While no one period was statistically exceptional, the continued rain on a wet watershed made smaller storms more noticeable. So with all that rain over a 10-day period, that equaled out to approximately about a 100-year storm that we got over a 10-day period. So the creek was real high, but we got through it. You know, I had a couple people come in and I just want to squash, you know, a couple people said the same wording that we shut the storm sewers off, and I let them know that we don't do that and we can't even do that. That's not possible. Someone even made the comment that we shut the sewers off so the hospital doesn't flood, and I let them know that that's not true, and where they live, that its drainage system isn't even the same drainage system that drains that area. So
There is a notion out there that we have some lock and dam system that we operate.
yeah,
Drop the luck.
and the good thing that Dyer Stormwater has is we're mainly all gravity. There's only a couple spots in Dyer that get pumped. You know, a lot of communities around us, if you drive by the ditch in Munster, all the homes are lower and they pump up over. We're higher and we drain down. So Dyer's very lucky when it comes to our drainage situation.
Was there any flooding anywhere?
Yes, so we had a lot of all over. I mean, I don't know where there wasn't some flooding. We had a lot of street flooding, but as fast as it came up, once it stopped, it would go down. And you can watch it, because if you drove down Lake Street, you have Carnation, you know, and all the way down all the streets, and it would back up and flood. And then when it went down, you could see at this intersection would, and then go down, and it would go down the line. So there were some areas where it was bad, and you know, maybe we need to work with some of the people so they know, hey, if it rains like that, you may have to get your cars off the street because they could flood. But it was only sidewalk to sidewalk. Now, some areas of the lower area street, it may have went a little farther, but usually it stays within that road right away where we want the flooding to stay. So we did have a lot of flooding.
Yeah, community hospital I was there, and when the rain was coming down, there were, I think, 2 or 3 cars that were flooded, which one was an electric. But they did get a lot in the parking lot that was completely flooded out, and it went up to the doors. So.
I saw that too.
Yeah, that was.
Especially if you're on a street on the lowest part of the street, you know, it can really get deep there.
Yeah.
I will say though, we did notice a lot of people within the community cleaning off catch basins, so that was really nice that they helped.
And Indiana Suites, been getting so many good feedbacks with it that it's just really, really good. So hopefully we will get open.
Yeah.
The town come. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, just, did you say where the children's museum was? What?
You know where Beggar's Pizza is, the mall at 81st? It's
Okay.
on the back side of that mall.
Okay.
The actual address, I think I have on there, 3366, but it's on the back side. It used to be, I believe, where the gym, there used to be a gym back there.
Yeah.
Not the Anytime Fitness, but the other gym, and that's where it is, kind of behind Tony's Deli and stuff. It'll be right on the other side. They still got, I was there a couple times and they still got a lot of work to do before they were open.
Thank you.
Next up, fire.
Month of May, we had 189 total calls for service, had 466 hours of training, had 18 fire and life safety inspections. Hosted our annual Hoosier Burn Camp Boot Drive in May, raised $2,100 for the charity. We teamed up with Mr. Welch and the students at Kaler Middle School for their egg drop. 7 of 9 eggs survived the 105-foot plummet. We also sent 4 of our personnel to what's called the Chop Shop RX Auto Extrication Training. It was hosted by the Region Fools and Crown Point Fire Rescue. It was a weekend-long class. And we facilitated the Town of Dyer tabletop disaster exercise that focused on a simulated tornado. All of our town departments were represented in that tabletop exercise, and you know, we do those annually, and if we saw what happened in Maryville, we had a crew out there until 4 a.m. That's why we do it. You know, we never want those things to occur. We have a new way to actually see the weather coming in from Illinois. So, and so much rain, it's crazy. So, I think it's a good thing that we do these tabletops every single year.
Thank you.
Is there any news on the new fire truck?
Yeah, so we are still waiting. It should be September. We have just been in a holding pattern in line. Once they get on the assembly line, it's like that.
It's all there.
So the plan is still Captain Sartori and I myself should be going down there by the end of September to run it through a week long. You spend down at Osceola and you just run it through tests and make sure it doesn't break. So we're gearing up for September, but keep in mind when it comes in, Dave and I discussed this last week. There's some traditional fire service traditional ceremonies that the department's never done that we're going to bring that should be done. And on top of that, there's a lot of training that has to happen. So when it gets here, it's not gonna like go in service right away. There's a ton of operational training that every firefighter is gonna have to do, get signed off on, get checked. So by the end of the year, this thing should be rolling and doing its thing. Yeah,
Thank
fingers
you.
crossed.
Yep, thank you.
Police?
For the month of May, we had 719 incidents, 35 arrests, 25 accidents, 225 citations, 389 warnings, 561 traffic stops. I'd like to point out that in 2025, we put in for an IT grant through Congressman Marvan's office. We did not get it, but we got it in 26 for our radios. Purchased 35 radios for the police department. This is all the hard work of Commander Bob Cook, who secured the 26 grant, and came to us. It's locked in. We just finished the last paperwork this week, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the money will come in October, and we'll purchase our radios at no cost to the community. And as was spoken earlier, National Night Out is Tuesday, August 4th. I'm just putting that out there, even though we're gonna have some events in between to just constantly get people to come out and interact with the police department. That's all I have.
Thank you. Road projects.
Tough act to follow here tonight. Good evening. Very brief summary. John Burge, that's the same. Town staff's working on title search for the properties that we need easements for or acquisition. And that will lead to construction in 27. CCMG 2026, those projects are underway and they're about 15 to 20% completed at this time. 2025-1, construction and restorations complete. And we have a final walkthrough Tuesday next week, I believe. Obviously, because of the rain, that's been pushed back a little bit, but we've done preliminary inspection and everything's looking good. There'll be a couple items on the guarantee warranty period list, but subsequent to that, we will do the final pay request and NDOT closeout. And as David mentioned earlier, we are working on the Plum Creek Center parking lot, and we'll get that out for bid through the public bidding process. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving on to ordinances and resolutions. I'll be seeking a motion to approve resolution 2026-14 uncollectible debt.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2026-14 uncollectible debt.
I'll second that.
Have a motion, a second, any discussion?
Yes, I'd like to thank my staff for getting this under for the first time, under 1,000. We started out years ago in 21, it was close to 14. So this is great, and plus we love that the trucks is helping a lot too.
Roll call?
Mary? Aye. Jenna?
Aye.
Mary? Aye. Annette?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye. Next, I'd like a motion on resolution 2026-15 uncollectible debt property damage.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2026-15 uncollectible debt property damage.
I'll second that motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, I'd like to say that this is the first time this is being wrote off because we couldn't go into any legal. We waited, we could have wrote it off last year, but we wanted to see how much we could get through the TREC system when taxes being due in the state of Indiana. We have one that's lingering from 20, but we collected $400 some for that one, and then next year if he has taxes, we'll just get it slowly but surely. So this is the biggest amount you'll ever see now that we got a pattern going. Jeff and I work closely on this. I send out letters. After so many 2 letters, then it goes to the attorney for a letter, then it goes to Trex. And if not, it will go into a lawsuit. Adam's working on 3 lawsuits right now that are the biggies.
Good, thank you.
Roll call?
Mary
Aye.
and Jenna,
Aye.
Mary,
Aye.
Annette,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye. Next up, I'll be seeking a motion to approve resolution 2026-16, approving a memorandum of understanding with the Schererville Fire Department.
So moved.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mary,
Aye.
Jenna,
Aye.
Mary,
Aye.
Annette,
Aye.
Bob.
Aye. Next up, we have ordinance 2026-06 that will be reading on second reading. If I could have a motion to pass this, authorizing the town to issue its taxable economic development revenue bonds series 2026 Central Park Commons project on second reading.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2026-06, authorizing the town to issue its taxable economic development revenue bonds series 2026 Central Park Commons project on second reading.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Aye.
Jenna,
Aye.
Mary, aye, Annette,
Aye.
Bob.
Next up, I'll be seeking a motion to approve ordinance 2026-07, amendment to the 2026 salary ordinance on first reading.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Well, second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mary,
Aye.
Jenna,
Aye.
Mary,
Aye.
Annette,
Aye.
Bob.
Aye. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules and pass ordinance 2026-07 on second reading?
Motion to suspend and pass on second reading.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mary,
Aye.
Jenna,
Aye.
Mary,
Aye.
Annette,
Aye.
Bob.
Aye. Next up, we have old business, the Historic Preservation Commission vacancy. In your packet, there are two applications. We can accept these, interview these, appoint these, go out for more, whatever the pleasure of the council is.
I'd like to motion, Joe Piscone, appoint for the Historical Preservation Commission.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mary,
No.
Jenna,
Aye.
Mary,
No.
Annette,
Aye.
Bob.
Aye. Next up under new business, we have fireworks and music, July 17th, Parkside Pavilion. This is the reschedule of the Sunday event we talked about. So I would be looking for correct me if I'm wrong, I'd be looking for a motion to approve the flight levels contract as presented.
That would be a correct motion.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mary,
Aye.
Kevin,
Aye.
Mary,
Hi.
Jeanette,
Aye.
Aye. I am to echo, it was either Dave or Justin said this, I'm looking forward to the 17th. If nothing else, that may give all of us an opportunity to somewhat enjoy it rather than being at the tail end of a 4-day rain fest.
No rain.
So if anyone does rain dances, hold on.
No rain.
It's Friday dry day.
Right.
It is.
That's the motto.
From your lips to God's ears, that's what we're going with, Mary Tim. Friday, Friday.
Be there, but I'll be praying for you.
Any and all? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
To adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Voice vote?
Aye.
Aye. Call to order the redevelopment commission meeting on June 18th, 2026. Please stand for a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Here.
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 Present.
Here. We also have our non-voting member, Louise Allen from the Lake Central School Board here as well. So I want to acknowledge her presence. Thank you. Citizens input. Do we have any citizens input? Okay. Then we are looking to approve our consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call please.
Aye.
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 Hi.
Aye. We have no ordinances or resolutions, so we just have the old business, the Plum Creek parking lot. We discussed in the study session and you'll discuss it in its report for road projects and the council meeting. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, you have everything. I think we all thought we'd have a parking lot by now, so we're struggling through the process, but I think it is the right thing to do. Hopefully we'll have something for you for the July meeting.
Do TIF project updates?
Yes, there's a handful of them that are currently ongoing. One of them, Attorney CD already mentioned that we should be closing soon on Main Street. I'm expecting that to be, like he had said, this week sometime, so that it'll finally be in our possession and then we can move forward with that. The other one, you have a decorative street lights in front of you for later on. I'll leave that as an agenda item. And there's just a sporadic handful of TIF projects that are just underway. So anybody has any specific questions about a TIF project? If not, most of them are agenda items when there's something pressing.
Then moving forward, the decorative street lights that was presented to us in our packet. It was brought. We have a bid for the street light projects. Looks like Midwestern Electric was the only bidder for the project.
That's correct.
Jeff, do you wanna?
Yeah, again, just basically we went on for bid for the decorative streetlight project. Again, these are the streetlights from Main Street to Seminary, the taller 35-foot poles. And then there's 20 of these smaller decorative poles from Hart Street from US 32 Matson, including also the town hall and EMS. So again, the prices are exactly what we had at the last meeting. The only additions is the mobilization and restoration of the sites. So that's the only additional cost on this proposal.
Any discussion on the mission about those, on what we wanna do, whether we wanna go forward on that?
I know we had discussed it just before the meeting and,
Oh, yeah,
are we still wanting to continue with this or with some of the lights that are still working? Do you know what, since we were, if you wanna go on with that?
Yeah, I just was thinking, you know, we have this project in phases of doing the mixed, use, the multi-use trail and the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Wondering maybe if it would be more prudent to get a quote on how much that trail would cost before
Before it
doing,
goes for,
before doing from Main to Seminary. Maybe we just focus on doing the area around the town hall and Route 30 north to Matson.
are there enough lights around the train station? And that's where one of the first phase was gonna be, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, it goes from.
So that's where it's going. That's
yeah.
what this bid amount is for, is from the train to Seminary, correct?
Yeah, so again, it looks like at Main Street, looks like there's like two lights right there at the corner. Or I'm looking at backwards, sorry. Yeah, there's just one actually on the east hand side. So it's actually not near the train station, to be honest.
If I'm hearing correctly, yeah, if I'm hearing correctly, it sounds like we're,
Looks like, no, there's three of them actually at that location, so.
sounds like we're okay with
Yeah.
everything that was presented. And that you would be interested in holding off on phase one, which is Seminary to Main Street, until we get further estimates of what the surrounding stuff would be. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what I'm thinking.
When you say surrounding stuff, you describe that.
With the multi-use trail is in the landscaping that would be, that had been mentioned,
The train station.
going all the way over to the train station, right? Connecting to the Seminary
We wanna
sidewalk.
wait till that's-
Or the bids.
Well, until we gather some more information on the actual
Cost.
uncertainty of the cost on creating that pedestrian pathway over the railroad tracks.
As long as lights are safety. I mean,
Sure.
we didn't light up the bridge over here, but when we put in those tall lights over there at that corner by Grieving Street, it actually lit up that edge of the bridge so that people are safer, because people were like, because of the jog there, they were just hitting it. They were just running into the curb, and the neighbor even put up white fencing. So lights do create safety. I just want to make sure that there's safety. If we're gonna do the pathway, it has to be safe.
Yeah,
Oh, sure.
and the lights are there already.
there are
I
lights
think
there
that was
already.
the point. You know, some of the compliments I think made it last meeting was that the lights are already there existing, so. Let's look at putting what the cost would be to put in the path, and then we can find out if it's cost prohibitive to even build a pedestrian path over those train tracks. Then we know that
Where we're at.
where we're at with that, whether the lights.
How long is this bid good for?
What is the time?
Not sure.
Usually it's 30.
I was gonna say, is it like a 30-day or is it?
A couple of things to keep in mind too is number one, if you accept some but not all of it, it's technically a counter offer and the bidder doesn't have to agree to it. They might say, well, without the bulk of the project, it's not worth their time.
Yeah.
Number one, and number two, from a practical standpoint, these prices aren't gonna go down.
Right.
Right, that was my other thought about it was. You know, weighing the pros and cons of doing it either way is that, yeah, it's never gonna be cheaper to do the lights than it is right now.
Right. Now, the light poles, I think we talked about it last time that we could resell them or we could,
The aluminum poles that are actually on Sheffield Avenue, we're gonna use as stock for replacement if we lose another light elsewhere. So those we're gonna keep. The
okay,
green ones, we are going to resell on gov deals and stuff like that to recoup some of that cost. Those are the ones that are over on Hart
the
Street.
resell cost.
Yes,
What's the cost for them? Do you know?
I honestly do not know.
I think my biggest concern was when we looked at this project last month. To do the entire stretch was somewhat pricey, and while I don't have a problem with that, I want to make sure that It probably does make sense to go through and approve this bid here. I want to make sure that we don't lose sight of the fact that from Main Street to Seminary needs some type of walking path. Now, if it doesn't, say it is cost prohibitive, they come back and they say, I mean, because the grade is pretty bad there on the west side. If they come back and they say, hey, it's going to be $1.5 million to do that, I don't, as the person who lives 5 doors down, I may not argue for that. But I think we need to figure out how much it is before we,
Right.
you know. Again, as long as we're giving attention to the area, it's something that's needed, unless it is cost prohibitive. But we don't know that.
Yeah, there's, we don't, just out of certainty, we should try to fill it.
What is the
Yeah.
time frame as far as when we will be able to find this out?
Again, for the,
You don't know?
no idea.
Yeah.
Now, there is
Is
a
it
20
one out?
there is a 26-week project date on the lights too, so I wouldn't delay them. If you know what section you do want, I wouldn't delay those, but we can definitely work on that estimate. And if you remember, I know Mr. Starkey just said the west side of the road, but the last engineer's report we got with that would be probably would be on the east side of
side, and that's
Sheffield,
fine.
and then we would cut over at Main Street to the train station, and
Yeah.
that, so it'd be a lot more financially benefit to cross the tracks on the east side of
Right.
it.
Will we have a push button there?
Yes, they have that, they have the system in place. They're right at, I believe it's that Seminary is the presentation. I think MKSK had that,
I mean, to cross at Main Street.
Main Street push button, correct, already, yes. I'm sorry, I thought you meant farther down, right where we cross Sheffield, we'd have a push button as well.
All right, well, then I will make a motion to accept the bid from Midwest Electric in the amount of $386,900.
I'll second it.
Any, a motion a second, any further discussion? I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
After having three, the concern, this discussion.
Yeah.
Great.
Good discussion.
I hear where you guys are coming from, so we'll work on the estimate as
Sure.
far as that goes as well.
Okay, roll
I
call.
think security is important, but I do think that that's an awful lot of money to be spending on that project, but it's a lot of money. So, but security's first.
That's good.
I
for the
agree.
town. All right, roll call, please.
Aye.
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 I,
Aye.
Now, if I can add maybe,
You know,
oh, maybe briefly, Jen, if I could add that regarding the walk path, Neil had previously thought not with the crossing, the railroad crossing, that it wouldn't exceed 350. But again, we can get more estimates on that, but that was just for your information.
adjournment,
Motion to adjourn?
Second that.
voice vote.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.